What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Friday the 13th, A New Beginning. So this one, I've never really been big into it. To be honest, like the first couple times that I saw it, even the last time that I saw it, I was not a fan. Like I could never get into this one. This was one that I never really hated, but it was one that like I tried to get into. I watched it, like I would like rewatch it and try to get into it, and yeah, it was never my cup of tea. And crazily enough, on this rewatch, I really enjoyed this. I thought this one was super solid. I was entertained throughout, and I had a great time with it. So it's kind of funny that I'm blowing through the franchise, and I don't think I've given the franchise a bad review yet. I'm not trying to be like a total fanboy, and it's not like I'm scared to say that I don't like one of these movies. I try to be honest on here, but I don't know. I think a lot of the entries that I didn't like previously, they've grown on me. I Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning, I've like I said, I've never been huge into it, but I thought it was really good this time. So there you go. So jumping into a plot summary, in this movie, Tommy Jarvis is grown, and he's struggling with PTSD after he was going crazy on Jason with the machete, and he's institutionalized at this halfway house that's relatively close to Crystal Lake. And once he's there, people start getting picked off, and it's a mystery as to who the killer is. But he's like, Tommy still has that PTSD, and he has these like flashbacks of Jason. So he thinks, is it Jason coming back from the dead? People think it might be Jason, but like there's like two camps of people. Like, is it Jason? Is he back? But then like other people are like, you're crazy. Like, he's dead. He's long gone. So yeah, basically people are getting killed at this halfway house. Some people think it's Jason, and people are just trying to find out who the killer is, and they're trying to survive and hopefully stop the killer. So that is the basic plot summary. The first main point that I want to get into is the opening scene. So the opening scene is a flashback. It's like a dream, basically. It's like a dream sequence, and you have Corey Feldman is in like the opening, because like I said, Tommy Jarvis is played by someone else in this. It's like the first iteration of like grown up Tommy Jarvis, but the opening scene is like a dream sequence, and you have Corey Feldman. And what I've always heard about this is that he was working on other projects at the time. At that time, he had started to like really, his career had really started to take off. So I think that's like a big reason why he didn't come back for like the whole movie. So they probably just rewrote it or whatever. But like I've always heard that they just filmed the sequence in his backyard. And when I was watching it this time, I thought that was so crazy, because the first thing that I thought is Corey Feldman has, even at that time, like his career was taking off, but I don't think he was like huge yet. But I'm like, he had a serious backyard. Like, he must have been making some serious money. I mean, at that point it was his parents' house, so maybe they were doing well. But I'm like, maybe it was just like the way that they filmed it. Like, it looked bigger, because with editing, you can make a small space look bigger if it's edited well. But I was just thinking, like, goodness gracious, like, Corey Feldman has a serious backyard. Like, does he have a couple acres going on? And then also I was thinking, that is just such like a power move. That's such a baller move, especially if you're like a young kid. It's like, yeah, I'll be in this movie, but you gotta come to me, and you gotta come to my house. We'll just film it in my house real quick, and then you gotta cut me a check. Like, that's a serious baller move. Just, yeah, I'm not gonna come there. I'll be in the movie for a sec. you got to come to my house, bring everything to me. I'm not leaving the house. And yeah, cut me a fat check. Like, dude, Corey Feldman was like a little baller back then. He was like a little like, that's like, I don't know. I just thought that was crazy. Like, that's so cool. Like, yeah, I don't really feel like going to the set. I got a bunch of other projects I'm working on. I'm busy. Just come to me. Like, that's like how bad they wanted him in the movie. So yeah, I thought that was cool. And then speaking of Jason in that dream sequence, that was like like in the dream sequence and all those type of scenes, like a flashback or a dream sequence. You see the real Jason, but he looks different in this one, and I don't know. I feel like the Roy Jason in this looked good, but the like when it was like the dream sequence Jason, like the real Jason, I feel like he didn't like his look was slightly off. When he initially got out of the grave in the dream sequence, I thought it was so good. Like he got up so robotic. It was like reminiscent of Michael Myers in the original 1978 Halloween. Like when he sits up like so like rigid, so robotic. Like that's how Jason got out of the grave, and I'm like, that's amazing. That's beautiful. That's fantastic. But I think it was like his walk was off or something, or I don't know. Like his, I kept thinking like his legs were like too narrow, like too close together when he was walking, and I don't know. I feel like that's such like a big thing when different stuntmen or different actors portray these characters. It's like the walk is so important with with Jason, like later on with Kane Hodder, like the breathing and I don't know, like certain movies like I know in these I keep referencing Halloween, but I feel like they're like comparable franchises, like they're two, in the big three. So if we're talking about the big boys, might as well bring up the other big boys. You know what I mean? So, like in Halloween H2O, I've never like been sold on that Michael Myers, like the way he walk. Like he doesn't have the walk. Like Jason and all the flashback sequences in this, like did not. It just felt like someone just threw a Jason mask on, which is not true. Of course, they put a lot of time to the makeup, and there was like a stunt guy doing it, and behind the scenes they probably put a lot of work into it. But yeah, in all the flashback scenes, I like Jason didn't feel like Jason to me. So yeah, I just thought I would mention that. But yeah, now I'm moving on. So okay, I got to talk about Joey's death. I like whenever I've watched this movie, even though like I said in the past I wasn't huge on it. Like whenever I've watched this, I always thought Joey's death was the funniest thing. Like when I watched it this time, I laughed out loud. I thought it was so funny. His character is funny. I'm gonna get into that later, like all the wacky characters, but he's funny how he's just like walking around. It's like how stereotypical. Like you got the fat kid walking around with like he's got like a bunch of chocolate bars. He's got chocolate all like on the side of his mouth. Like he's just like a goofy, wacky character. And that one the guy who's chopping wood, the guy from Return of the Living Dead. He's like he kills him, and but it's like it was so funny when he got killed, but it was like funny when Joey got all pissed too. He's like, so the whole reason Joey gets killed is because he gets pissed at this like crazy kid chopping wood, and the kid chops him, so the reason that Joey gets mad is because he offers the other kid a chocolate bar, and the kid smashes it with an axe, and he's like, whoa, that's out of line. Like you don't mess with a fat kid's chocolate bar. And he was like, dude, like he got mad, and then but you can't get mad at the crazy kid, so you got to befriend the crazy kid. You got to walk on eggshells with the crazy kid, which Joey, I mean, he kind of was maybe not all there, but like, come on, Joey, like read the room. Like you got to know, you can't get mad at, like if there's one guy not to get mad at, it's that guy. Just don't piss that guy off. Why would you even go over? Like I don't know. But like I said, he's not all there. He's not like good at like picking up social cues or whatever. But I just thought that was so funny. Like he he axed the fat kid's chocolate bar. That set him off, and the fact that he got all mad to the crazy kid, the kid smashed him. And it was just so comical. Him just like going to town on him. Yeah, so that was really funny. I thought that was hilarious. But jumping into my next point. My next point is about just like all the wacky characters. That's okay. That's what I really liked about the movie on this watch is this movie had kind of a I feel like part 4 was objectively a better movie. Like quality wise, way better movie. But in terms of enjoyment, I feel like I had like as good of a time with part 5. And part 5 was like it was just a different vibe. Like it didn't seem like it took itself seriously. Like I heard like from the behind the scenes, like people were like doing a whole mess of drugs behind the scenes. And this one it has a wackier, goofier, sillier tone, but also it's very sleazy. The director, he was doing like a lot of sexploitation films. There's a lot of nudity. There's a lot of drug use on screen in this movie. Of course, that's it's fake for the movie, but yeah, it has like this sleazy, silly tone, and it just for me it worked. It was just enjoyable. So yeah, in terms of the wacky characters, you got Joey, of course. Like they're like cartoon characters. It's like, oh, you got this fat kid with chocolate on his mouth, and then you have Ethel and Junior, who are just like caked in dirt. Like they don't like these characters. Like they're not believable as like real people, but they're just funny. Like they're like cartoon characters. It's like, oh, you have these like kind of redneck people who are just like literally caked in dirt the entire movie. It's like bath, MF, do you speak it? Like shower, do you speak it? Like have you never heard of a shower? Like they're covered in dirt, and Ethel, like every other line out of her mouth is like fuck shit, like I don't give a shit, I don't fuck that, fuck you, like everything she says is like a swear word. And she's just funny. She's like, come on, Junior, eat your slop. And she's just always making this gross stew. I think at one point she like spits in the stew. And then yeah, like Junior's just a wacky character. He's like a simpleton. He's kind of funny. He's kind of goofy. Yeah, so like there were so many wacky characters. There's some like really likable characters too. I'm gonna get into that later. But yeah, I liked the tone of this. It was kind of like a weirder vibe than the other entries. But yeah, like I don't know, it worked for me. Like it was just sleazy. It was kind of it had that like grimy feel. Like it felt like they just didn't give a f with this one, but it worked. It's just like yeah, we're just like we're just gonna make it all about kills, all about nudity. It's gonna be super debased. You're gonna have weird, wacky characters that are almost like cartoon characters. Like this is gonna be like it's a fun movie. Like is it quality wise the best? No. Like I mean, maybe objectively speaking, you could say it's like a piece of shit movie, but it's so like this one was fun. Like I've never liked this one. Like I said, I've never hated it, but I've always like I tried to get into it. I would rewatch it, and I never got into it. Like this time, I thought it was really good. So, yeah, that's why it's fun to rewatch stuff. That's why it's fun to do this channel. So, speaking of likable characters, you got to talk about Demon. I feel like anyone who talks about this movie, brings up Demon, and I feel like even though he has such a short, almost like cameo, like he's barely in the movie. Like he pops up and then he dies, but like his little sequence is like one of the most memorable sequences in the movie. It's so quotable. Like I feel like Demon is only in the movie for I don't know how many minutes of screen time, 5 minutes, maybe less, but he's probably like 80% of people's favorite character in the movie. Like, because Tommy Jarvis in this is, like I said, he's a different character than he is in part 4 and part 6. He's way more quiet. And like the final girl in this movie, I don't really care for. The one thing I noticed about her is like people always joke about these movies that people trip over nothing. Like she was really tripping over nothing. But yeah, Demon was great when he's like, he's like, oh, these damn enchiladas, and he's just like posted up in the trailer park with this like super hot girlfriend who's like she's like really cool. Like he's just like in the outhouse, and she's messing with him. She's like, you'll feel better after you shit. Like she's just like super cool. They're just like vibing in the trailer park, eating enchiladas. Like he's a cool older brother. He's hooking Reggie up with the rings and stuff. He's rocking like the leather jacket. He's got all kinds of jewelry. Like Demon is just cool. And then yeah, he's got like, I love that, like this shit box is gross and these damn enchiladas, and then when he's singing that song, he's like, ooh baby. It's probably the most memorable sequence in the movie. His kill is good too, where he gets stabbed through the outhouse. So yeah, gotta shout out Demon. And Reggie was actually really cool too. I like when we're introduced to him and he's talking to Tommy, and he has to like make a point to say, yeah, I'm not crazy. Like he's like, yeah, I'm just here because my grandpa works here. Like I'm not like one of you guys. I'm not crazy, okay? I'm a normal guy. I'm just here because my grandpa's here. All right, like don't get it twisted. So yeah, Reggie was funny, and he was like kind of dripping as well. He had that full like red jogging suit on or whatever, and then like later on he's just like becomes like a total badass in the third act. Like he's like a little kid, but he's like out here. He's driving that what is it, like a big tractor or something. It's like I'm just gonna call it a tractor, but I forgot exactly what it's called. It's like maybe it's like a piece of construction equipment. I don't know the name, but he's just like, this kid has probably never even driven anything in his life, and he's just like whipping this giant tractor. Like he turns into like a total badass in the third act, and it's like he's like a little ass kid. So, and I liked his relationship with Demon. He was like Demon was kind of like, maybe he wasn't the best role model. Like, maybe he was a sleazebag. He was a nice guy, but he was a sleazebag because like Reggie's grandpa's all like, I don't know about you going to see Demon. Like, I don't know, but I don't know. I like their like brotherly relationship, because you could tell, Reggie really looked up to Demon, and Demon was like, he was cool, like giving him the rings. He's like, you want some pizza? Oh, you want a beer? He's like, psych, I'm not going to give you a beer. But yeah, I really like Demon, and I like Reggie too, so had to shout them out. In terms of like new characters, those are probably my two favorite new characters. I can't think of who else I really liked. Yeah, like I said, like Tommy Jarvis in this, I wasn't huge on this Tommy Jarvis. He did well, but like out of the Tommy Jarvises, definitely my least favorite. But yeah, I really like Demon, and like I said, yeah, I wasn't huge on the new Final Girl, so. But yeah, I do like all like the wacky characters. Like Ethel was cool too, and Joey was, funny. I like Junior, so there you go. But now I'm just gonna talk about some of my favorite kills, and then I'm gonna peace out, because I feel like this has been a very long video. But when you're talking about like the big franchises like this, it is kind of fun to do like a longer video. So my absolute favorite kill in the movie is when the kid gets the belt wrapped around his eyes, and then it's like wrapped around, his head gets squeezed. That's my favorite kill. I feel like the imagery, like if you see like photos of that, it's just like so iconic. Like it's just I don't know. That's my absolute favorite kill. I also like when that girl that he's hooking up with, she gets like the garden clippers in the eyes, and you get to see the aftermath. That like I don't really care about nudity in movies that much. Like I could take it or leave it, but like that woman, I think her name is Debbie Sue Voorhees, I'm pretty sure. Oh my goodness, she had the best bite. Like she had like, oh my goodness, like oh, like I mean, I don't even know, man, if I'm like a tit man or ass man, but like her tits were like stupendous, bro. Like I'm hitting it with the Trent line from the remake, but like god damn, like she had like the double D's going on. Like she was just like brunette, like beautiful woman. But like I'm not trying to talk too much about ladies. I'm trying to talk about the movie. But I mean, I really don't care about nudity that much in these movies, but like her little nude scene was, oh my goodness, it was, it got me excited. Like I was getting too excited. So yeah, I liked her kill as well. And then I did like Junior's kill, where he gets his head chopped off. I always like a good head chop, and you know it was like a pretty good fake head. It looked pretty realistic, so I was I was very happy with that. So yeah, that was the last point that I wanted to talk about, and I'm gonna give you all my recommendation, then head out because I feel like this is turning into a pretty long video. So like I said, I've never really been into this one. I tried to get into it. It was definitely one of my it was definitely low on my list in you know in the overall franchise, but I'm telling you what, after rewatching it, I think this is a super solid entry, and I just like the wacky, silly, sleazy vibe. Like it's just a fun movie. You got some memorable characters, so yeah, Friday the 13th 5. It's kind of like a black sheep of the franchise. Like, you know, people kind of dismiss it because technically it's not Jason, and it definitely is from a technical aspect lower quality than Part 4, but it's just so much fun. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Friday the 13th: A New Beginning. It's I think it's a great entry. So yeah, there's my recommendation, and that has been my review. Thank you all very much for watching, and peace out.